What are you saying? I'm ready for this tomorrow. Who's ready for this tomorrow? Me. 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 We are gonna eat PSG. Yummy. Yummy. In our tummies. What we all saying? Big up every single one of you in the building. I know it's an earlier live than always. How are you all doing, guys? Welcome back to the Kings of the Bridge. As always, I am your host, Jem. That intro deserves millions of people in here. I don't care what anyone says in it. We'll get there one day. Watch. We'll have the family, the original family here, and all the newbies will be coming along as well. And we'll be saying, listen, we were banging this back in day. You can't beat that intro. And you know what's even better than that intro? Someone we've not seen him for so long. I thought he disappeared off the map. He was in Antarctica. It's Benji.
No, you're crazy for that. You're crazy for that. Yo, what's going on, dude?
Man, where you been?
I've been good. I've been studying. School is
Have you been hiding like Badia Shile? That is the question.
Nah. He's shit. It's time to leave. Listen. Sometimes you gotta cut your losses. It's absolutely fine. I have Sar. Levi's, probably coming back. Listen, you cut your losses and you just leave. Yeah, he just gotta go and find a new chapter. That's it.
How are you anyway?
I'm all good actually. Thanks to the Lord. I am studying. I'm a lot. I have my exams coming up in 2 weeks, so it's just about focusing about that. But otherwise, I've pretty much been watching the streams back and everything. I've just been very inactive on Twitter. I'm trying to get back just to just see everybody, but it's kind of hard when you do computer science. But yeah, I'm all good.
So this is an earlier live than usual. Obviously, we weren't going to come on today. We're not doing much previews no more. Like I said to you guys, they're amalgamated into our countdowns because we're going to be on a little bit earlier on countdowns. Obviously, we do the team news, we do the match predictions, we do the team lineups. All that PSG focus based stuff is tomorrow, all right? Which will be around sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock. Today, we're going to be talking about everyone, not just Chelsea. We're going to be talking about everyone that's playing today, which is hopefully why we've made this live. I want to pick up some people in the chat as well. Mike says, I want this played at my funeral. Let's have it right. He's talking about the intro. Big up, Mike, man. I appreciate it, man. Big up to you. 1205 Chelsea. Good to see you as well. Big up, Jem. Got tickets for the PSG home game. So there's a lot of tickets available for that. I'm not even going to lie. Liam, good to see you as well. Rogue as well. He does mention Cole's back. We're going to be looking at that in a second. We're going to do a little bit of Chelsea at the beginning before we get into the overall games as well. But there's another thing as well that's really important, Benji, and it's the fact that it's where is it? I've lost it. It's our birthday today as a football club. Happy birthday to the Chelsea.
Whoa, I never knew that.
Yeah, it's Chelsea's birthday today. So in theory, I'd treat it as our birthday today. So happy birthday to the greatest football club on the earth. We've won it all. Is my comments there.
Agree. Very well said.
Is there any, as much as it pains us, Benji, this club, and it's only of recent that we're still waiting to find these kind of moments again that, in the majors, should we talk about the Champions Leagues, the Premier League and that, but ultimately the love for this football club still just doesn't die, does it? Even with how bad we can be. Do you know what I mean?
It could never. Well, for me, it's just about loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea has... The thing is, it doesn't really matter how low or how shit we are. I'm always going to stick behind this team and just believe in some type of way. I've experienced Chelsea winning the Champions League for the first time, 2012. The unlucky part was that it was not Mourinho. We probably should have even, won it even before 2012, to be honest, with the amount of chances and the corruption that we had against us. I've experienced Ancelotti play some beautiful football and then getting sacked the following season for finishing second with 1 point. It's crazy. And then I've been through Mourinho finishing 10th, and Antonio Conte just, taking that exact team with no money and just, swooping the league. I've been through everything. I've been through Kepa being as a number one starting goalkeeper. Frankie Lampard with the U-shaped football. We have been through everything, to be honest. Just everything. So It doesn't really matter how shit we play. We've seen Badia Shield sticking out to play the Tossins and the Babarahmans and drink waters, bro.
Yeah.
It's just funny, to be honest. Like I really don't. I just can't describe it. It's just
Yeah.
Chels. You know what I'm saying? It's
It's
just
Chelsea,
us.
it is. And we are the only club to have won it all. So ultimately, we still have a lot to gloat and boast about. We are very spoiled in the manners of that, even though I feel we failed slightly domestically with the amount of how long it took us to win a Premier League. But if you look at the overall cabinet, you can't really complain in the years that we've won Club World Cups, the old Club World Cup, which I think is now the Intercontinental Cup or something like that.
Intercontinental. Yeah.
Yeah. We've won Super Cups, back in the day. We've won fucking Europa Leagues, Conference League. Who thought we'd be in the Conference League? Like, we've won everything. We are very spoiled when it comes to trophies, So big up to the Chelsea as always. Now, I just quickly want to highlight this because I know people were talking about it. It's Graham Bailey saying that Chelsea's stepping up their search for a new centre forward ahead of the next season. Obviously, I know this is all just talk and I don't believe it, to be quite honest, but ultimately it seems like Chelsea under Graham Bailey's, his links are saying that Chelsea have got a strong interest in Igor Thiago. When you look at him, he's had a very good season, Benji, isn't he? He looks like a bit of a Chelsea player, doesn't he? When you look at him in the way that
he does.
Holds the ball up, carries the ball, scoring a ton of goals. I think he's second behind Haaland at the moment when it comes for the Golden Boot. So,
yeah.
I mean, what's your thoughts on this? If it was to be a case,
I don't really mind, but he's not the type of player I would go for personally. I think we need someone. The thing is, it's you can see his weakness. The weakness is the knees. This man just came back from an ACL. So if I'm a defender, I don't want to be rude, but if I'm a defender, you best believe I'm punching that knee every game, making sure you are not gonna be able to run or jump playing against me. But the attributes is definitely there. The attributes is that you can clearly see the ball striking and everything. He's Brazilian,
yeah,
so is the Brazilian magic. But I always say before you come to Chelsea from a mid-table club, I would just recommend you go to like a Spurs, like go to like a Spurs or like a Crystal Palace, and like if you kill it over there, then cool. Now it makes sense. You can but move up gradually. I just think that he should be like a like a Crystal Palace, Fulham. Fulham should be that.
So
That's the
let me
next step.
ask you this, Benji. Should Delap have made that step before coming to Chelsea? Was to jump from
Never.
Why?
Never.
Why is it different then?
The difference is just age. That's the only difference. The difference was 30 million. He scored, I think it was like 12 goals in the Premier League. It is a decent output for someone that is 21, to be honest. It's not a lot of 21-year-olds that scores 12 goals in the Premier League for a relegation team too. So you have to put that into consideration. Now, my only issue was how I wanted everything to basically span out was Jackson stays together with João Pedro, and then you send Delap on loan to like an Everton. Or like a Brentford or like a Fulham.
So yeah, but it seems like we burnt that bridge with Jackson. So ultimately, I don't know what's going to happen in the summer, but it looks like we're going to sell him. And if he's available compared to Delap right now, I think a lot of people are probably going to say this guy over Delap. But let's be serious. Delap scored 1 goal all season, bro. That's just not good enough, in my opinion. I know he's had injuries in between and whatever, but when you look at his overall play, how he's been playing. Yes, you could say it's a big jump going from Ipswich to Chelsea, and I think it might have been just too much of a big jump this earlier on. Ultimately, it's either one or two things. He needs time, which means you're going to have to wait around for him to develop, right? Or you loan him out. You loan him out, and he goes and plays where he's going to play, which could be an option for Chelsea rather than selling him. Loan him out, bring in someone else that's got a little bit more experience in the line that can play behind João Pedro. Because João Pedro is always ultimately going to be your main striker now, in my opinion. This guy is going to go from levels to levels to levels. He's the way he's playing, using his abilities, growing his abilities and understanding the importance of stepping up like João Pedro is doing. I don't think you need someone that, I'll say not his level because we want that, but you could get away with someone being like Premier League proven, comes in, if you put him on the bench, the other person comes in and performs to that standard sort of thing, right? Does that make sense? And we're not really getting that from Delap, and we're not really getting that from Guiu because we're not seeing any of that. So we have to find a solution to this. Do you get what I mean? There's got to be a solution.
Definitely,
Mm,
definitely. You're spot on with exactly everything you said.
mm,
Um, I just think that the perfect competition, no, not competition, the perfect thing for Chelsea would be bringing a different type of striker that will elevate people's games, if you know what I mean. So, for
mm.
example, um, we have seen that the Enzos and the Cole Palmers, for example, the Estevos, they love playing with someone like not the love, they love playing
Yeah.
with someone like a João Pedro, right? And even Moises Caicedo loves playing with João Pedro.
Mm.
My only issue is when you have these, dumb bastard wingers, the GA merchants, which you need in every team.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
specifically talking about the Garnachos and and the Netos that
Netos.
loves to cross
Yeah.
and they're
Mm.
running in behind and they need a striker to run the channels for them to get the ball.
Mm.
Uh, Pretty
Panicelli's
much
better.
like
I don't know about that. I've not seen a lot of Panicelli, but he looks physical. That's for sure. I can give him that.
Penicelli
Uh,
is good, but it's the same thing over there. He's very he's not the tallest, but he's dangerous in the box. Very dangerous in the box.
yeah. So we've got this tweet here that says Brazilians with the most goal contributions in Europe this season. Obviously, this ties into our Champions League discussion mainly, but Vinicius Junior, Thiago, Rafinha, Anthony, most goals contributions from Brazilians in Europe this season. So this is based on this season's goal contributions. He is number one, João Pedro, with 27 goals and assists. Vinny Junior is second on 22, and then look at Igor Thiago in there, 21 in front of Rafinha, who you could say is arguably having a very poor season compared to what he had last season, which was crazy. Let's be serious. I think he hit 40 GNA, Rafinha,
Yeah.
last season. Insane, stupid. And even Anthony, to be fair to him, is putting in some numbers in as well. So, equally, the stats say and the eye test says that João Pedro is our number one. He will be our number one. And I think if he continues in the way that he's performing, you know, with João Pedro, he has all of the abilities and that you need to be a good striker, in my opinion. He's physical. He don't get bullied. He's strong. He's good with his feet. He's not slow. He's got a good shot with both feet. Ultimately, what is the real weakness to João Pedro's game? Maybe, in my opinion, sometimes just the reading of the striker role. Sometimes, like what I mean by that is you want him to maybe make more runs into the space, but he's more used to coming deep and linking the play. Like he does spin and make runs into the spaces, but I want to see more of that. It's probably what I would say, especially with Enzo and Palmer around him. Be a bit more direct. It's probably the word I would say with him. But so far, so good. He's been amazing. Really been amazing. Just imagine if João Pedro didn't have a stinky start to the season, and he did. We were sitting here talking about how does he fit in the team. And I said he's not a 10. I said it very early on, even on playback. I said, I don't think this guy's a 10. If he's going to fit in the team, the only way he's going to fit in the team is potentially playing as a 9. And that was my thing with him. Otherwise it was like, how do we get him in the team? Which was worrying me. Do you know what I mean? Because we wasn't seeing the best of him at the time. But
he's never been a 10.
Yeah, a lot of people saying his best position.
I
don't think his best position is the 10, no, do you? Whatsoever.
No.
So, JP with a fully fit and on form Palmer. Scary. And then you add a very, very fit and in form Enzo as well. Playing like he does. You're fucked. You're fucked. Generally. Right. I want to just quickly... We need to get away from Chelsea because it's not just about Chelsea. Obviously, we talk a lot about Chelsea as well. But ultimately, we did see this today in training. Levi Colwill is a part of the UEFA Champions League squad going into this PSG game. Now, he's not ready to start, guys. Ultimately, he's a part of the team. And I think that's to do with the whole momentum of being there and supporting and leading and getting behind the squad. There's a tweet from Simon Johnson saying that he should feature before the end of the season at some point. I don't know if he'll be rushed back in Levi Colwill, but ultimately it's good to see him there, right, Benji? With the players and back in the mix of things.
Definitely. I'm very happy for Levi, to be honest. It's just so sad to see that he played his best football at the Club World Cup, to be honest, because before that, even though you had sprinkle of good performances, I was still, I've been very harsh on Levi Cole, and I still am, to be honest. I'm still questioning the defending out wide, the 1v1 defending, and the heading ability was really your main defensive attribute that you're like kind of elite in. You don't really have any. So I'm very harsh on him. But at the same time, he played very, very good from the end of the season, the Club World Cup, and we actually thought he was about to be like a leader, right? Um, yeah, I'm just a little bit sad for him.
Love mate continue. Obviously, love mate to come home, but also really another thing is obviously again it falls to Chelsea. We're going to talk about a bit of Chelsea and PC in a bit, but having everyone back, Esteval was in training, Lavia's on grass again playing. Asugu, by the way, I thought he was very good against Wrexham when he come on. Asugu, having these players back, you can already see gives us a bit of extra strength in depth. When I always question the depth because I don't think it's good, but these specific players do give us a bit more of that added quality off the bench. If we need to. And it's good to know that Caicedo, Enzo, and certain players don't always have to be relied on like we have done for the last fucking 2.5, 3 years. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we're getting all these players back at this time, is what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Just before the end. But Benji, we're going to look into the Champions League games that are coming up. Obviously, Galatasaray and Liverpool are playing in the next hour and 20 minutes, actually. They're the early kickoff for today. A little bit of head-to-head news and a bit of like details on it. Obviously, Galatasaray's run and form is they've won 3 and lost 2. Liverpool's won 4, lost 1. They've grown in momentum. The Galatasaray won 2 with 7 goals on the head-to-heads and drawn 2, and Liverpool won 1 and scored 6 goals. And there's a bit more detail here as well if I open it here on it, and it brings you out some key stats so you can see. Matches played 10-8. Liverpool won 6 to their 4. They've drawn 1. Galatasaray have lost 5. Liverpool have only lost 2 of the head-to-heads. They've scored 20 goals, Liverpool, compared to Galatasaray 16. Galatasaray, though, scored a lot more goals. Conceded a lot more goals. 16 goals conceded compared to Liverpool's 8. And then there's some more and more bits on there. But when you look at today's game, it's at Galatasaray as well, Benji. They lost to him earlier on in the season in the Champions League, didn't they, Liverpool? So do you think this is going to be a revenge sort of thing now when it comes to this game, or do you think Liverpool might have a bit of trouble?
It's football. Anything can happen. That's the beautiful thing about the Champions League, because I don't even know. Can you hear that noise behind me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just play that for you. Yeah, but in the Champions League, what can I say? Anything can happen. Galatasaray is very good going forward, but that backline absolutely stinks. So, I don't really know, but at the same time, Liverpool has, also been very, very stinky. Like, it's almost criminal how shit they've been, especially with, those type of players that they have. First they have injuries to the Isaks and, Ekitike. I don't really know how many goals or goal droughts he's been on. He haven't really been scoring in a few games now. So, he needs to get going. And, that midfield is just getting split open sometimes by random people. Like they just lost against Wolves. So, to be honest, I don't really think Liverpool is stable at this moment. I 100% think Galatasaray can just, go and give him the game. 100%. Will they win? I have no idea. But, at the end of the day, it's the Champions League. We won the Champions League win with him once in a time. So I'm never going to say never.
I hear you. And then if we're going to talk about some of the main targets and main people in the team, the first one we're obviously going to go to is a forward in the name of Victor Osimhen, who's played 27. Is that 27? Sorry, it's age 27 minutes played in goals. All right, I just wanted to see what it said. So in terms of Victor Osimhen, where is he? He has played 8 games and he's got 7 goals in the Champions League at the moment. He's looking really, really good for Galatasaray. I watched him the last game round against Juventus, and I actually thought he had a very quiet game. He wasn't really heavily involved too much, but he gets a goal at the end after being great for. And I think with a player like him, Benji, which is probably why we thought he would suit Chelsea so much, The more that you create for a player like this, he's going to take the chances in the box, right? He's a physical presence. He's good with the ball at his feet in the box. He knows how to strike a
Yeah,
ball. And 7 goals in 8 games in the Champions League is pretty impressive, right? To be fair.
it is. It is. It is. Um, you can't say that this guy is not a good striker. He's one of the best strikers in the world. Why I'm saying one of the best is because we don't really have a lot of great strikers. It's not like the old striker era. I think the new striker era is a lot of false nines, and we don't really have not physical nines as we did back in the days before. But he's top class. He is 100% top class. I think the game at Juve was a very okay mid game, but the game at Galatasaray, oh my goodness, he spanked them. The pressing was phenomenal. He scored, he assisted.
Yeah,
Being physical in the box, causing problems for the CBs. I think his positioning is so much better than or now than that it was at Napoli. I think at
yeah,
Napoli it was just like the Italian defending sometimes. But his positioning now is so much better. You can clearly see what he's doing, where he wants to go, where he's running. He's even running the right and the left channels before he was usually sticking to the right and then just passing it down and just running to the box.
yeah.
Um,
He's just
so like
very effective,
yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
exactly. So overall, he's been improving. So you can clearly see that it's 27. It's pretty much prime years for a striker, especially when you're not great with your feet. Usually, the 27, 28 usually becomes your prime because that's when your legs are the strongest, and your knees and your ankles can pretty much hold up all that weight that you have. Uh,
Do you think
the
he gets
only
tired
thing that
of it though, just because of the fact of his decision making of where he has gone? Obviously, a team like Galatasaray, you do that when you're in your like mid-30s, looking to retire. We've seen Drogba go there and others as well, but he's done this at a weird time, right? He's gone in his sort of prime, and would you say he's sort of tarnished his legacy a little bit by doing that? You know,
I don't want to speak too early about it, but as it looks now, yeah, because after winning a Scudetto, you should not really be going to the Turkish league, respectfully.
facts. Yeah, facts, facts.
I would just, well, I don't really want to talk too soon. You never know
Yeah, of
if he's
course.
gonna leave next year. Like he could leave in the summer to a very good team. You could, first, just let's just say, it could be like a Manchester United. It could possibly even be, the Real Madrid, so maybe even a Barcelona. And that they would spend that type of money, but like you never know. So
But Show says here, not if he gets them to the final UCL. But bro, I hear that, but he's got to get through Liverpool, then potentially Chelsea or PSG, then potentially Man City or Bayern Munich from that side. Like, like it's not the easiest of runs for them to get to there, and then they've probably got to play a Barcelona or Arsenal. So I don't really see them going all the way, and I think they do lead goals, and I do think Liverpool got a chance here with the form that they're in to really cause, give them problems, and like we can look at Liverpool as well in terms of their squad at the moment, but I don't know where it is. Where's it gone? Liverpool. There we go. From a Champions League standpoint, I don't even know who their top goal scorer is. I'm going to have a look now. So Bosley has 4 goals in 8 games. McAllister has 3 in 8. I thought it was Ekatike, but Ekatike's only got 2 in 8. So their top goal scorer going into this game is Soboslai, 4 goals in 8 games. And you could probably argue, Benji, that he's probably been their best player this season, hasn't he? How many times,
100%. 100%. Think it's amazing the way he developed over one summer. To be honest, maybe it's just more responsibility. Maybe it is. But the boys, like in my opinion, has never been that good on the ball. Because when I watched him at Leipzig, he was like, of course, the free kicks I already knew. I even remember we were linked to him a couple of years ago, together with the Mount Havertz and that era.
yeah,
I remember we were linked to him. The free kicks was very similar to him. Like I thought, like he was a Mount type of player. Like you're okay technically, but you're more of a workhorse.
mm,
This guy has been busting his ass off, playing right back, DM, midfield,
yeah,
right wing, left wing. He'd been playing 10. I even think he played false nine for a game because Ekitike had to come off and they had no striker. So he even played false. Like he's been everywhere. And it's so fun to see, to be honest, that he's playing so good. He's just proven everybody wrong, and I love when football
Yeah.
players do this.
I,
Um,
I think he's good on the ball. I think he's got an engine. I do think he's been sort of moved around because of how bad injuries that they've had, and they've had to put him right back in here, there, and everyone have used him wherever. But ultimately, for me, his best position, in my opinion, is sort of like that 8 role, 8-10, where he can get the ball and he can drive towards the goal and take these amazing shots. And listen, there's one thing he can do that Szoboszlai is hit a ball, and he, for me, could be argued he's probably been Liverpool's best player this season. Obviously, he's their top goal scorer in the Champions League as well, 4 goals in 8 games. And it wouldn't shock me tonight if he goes and hits one from 30 yards, top bins, and they go and win. Do you know what I mean? But that's my next question to you, Benji. Who are you going with on the first leg to win this? Just the first leg.
do I have to pick a winner?
No, you can put a draw. You can do whatever. You just tell me what you think it's going to be tonight. I'd be interested to know. Everyone in the chat as well, let us know what your score predictions are for each one as well, and hit the like buttons as well. Over 30 people, we appreciate it. Let's go.
Definitely. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
Wow.
Gala, remember, Gala is a very, very tough place to go to. That stadium is gonna be rocking. Like, I don't even know when was the last time Gala went to the final 16s. Yeah,
Oh,
final 16s. It was a long time ago.
long time. I think it was early 2000s. No, even before that. Maybe 90s. They were good in the 90s. I know they were, but
Yeah,
like around that sort of time. It's been a while. That's for sure. It's been a long
it's
time.
been a while. So I
Yeah.
just know,
Yeah.
they're gonna be up for it, especially the fans. We all know Turkish fans, or the Baltic Turkish fans. They go crazy.
They're crazy, mate. They're another level. For me, I think it's going to be 3-2 Liverpool or 3-1. I'm not sure. 3-1 or 3-2 Liverpool is my prediction for this game tonight, guys. And that's the first game. Obviously, that's on in an hour and 15 minutes. So we're going to move away from the game that's starting soon. And we're going to jump onto the games of this evening because we've got a couple games tonight. Atalanta versus Bayern Munich or Bayern München. How do you say it, Benji? You're probably better than me. It's
München.
Bayern München. There you go. So interesting game. Bayern, I think, are the favourites to win the Champions League, or is it Arsenal? I can't remember the odds on it recently. Obviously, you can look at their form in the last 5 games, and they've won 5 in a row. They're in amazing form. Atalanta, on the other hand, have won 2, drawn 2, lost 1 as well. If we look at their squad listings as well, just to give us an idea on who's even their top goal scorers. They've got Samardazic, who's on 3 in 8 games. You got Skamaka, who's got 3 in 8 games. So you could argue it's probably Skamaka and that other guy. But I mean, looking at Bayern as well, they've got numbers here, haven't they? 8. So they've got 6 goals here for 1 goal here for Elise. Elise's only got 1 goal in the Champions League. That's weird. Carl's got 3. Harry Kane, who I think is missing today's game, has got 8 goals in 8 games. Nicholas Jackson has 2 in 6. Just on the all-round game, mate, is this a walk in the park for Bayern tonight, or do you think this is going to be quite challenging? Obviously, we struggled over there. They can put quite a bit of a challenge at Atalanta. What do we think?
Not for Bayern. It's a little bit different because when you have the Olise and that you have the 17-year-old kid, Carl, or whatever his name is, and then you have the yellow kid, Musiala.
Yeah.
That's a walk in the park for them. This game is going to be so easy. I think it's going to be a deep block. Same thing that Atalanta did towards us. Just break them down, and then they're just going to go on the counter attack.
Yeah. I was going to talk about.
I don't really think it's going to be like a embarrassment, like a 6 or 4. I think it's going to be like a normal 2-1, maybe 3-1, and then Bayern just going to close up shop and maybe like score 2 goals just to win it.
Do you think Nicholas Jackson starts tonight? It looks like Harry Kane might be injured as well. So is there a chance that Nicholas Jackson leads the line, or do you think they'll play more of like a versatile 3 with Luis Diaz in there and whatever?
No, don't forget Gnabry is still at the club, so it could be Gnabry up top. It could be big up CFC Yuck. but it could be Gnabry. But Jackson played very good the last game. He actually did. So it could be like Jackson, you get 60 minutes and then Gnabry takes on the lead, or it could be the other way around.
Mm.
So we'll see. But Jackson, I think if Jackson starts, he has to play very good. Yeah, he has no choice, especially if Hurricane is injured. And
Yeah.
company's gonna look towards him to lead the line. Now is really your shot to make a statement.
For sure. Obviously, we know about Elise saying what the qualities he has. We obviously try to bring him to the bridge. And we think, I mean, it's a shame that they don't show his assist levels because it'd be interesting to see how many assists he's got. Musiala, you mentioned as well. The young lad, Kyle, is it as well? He's got 3 goals as well, Kyle. He's looking good. Lots of interest over and around him. Gnabry's available. But Luis Diaz, from his move to Liverpool to Bayern, I mean, how good is Luis Diaz? Is probably my question. I would probably say he's good enough for Liverpool to not have let him go in the first place. It actually should have been gap,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I think Luis Diaz has got a specific trait that not a lot of wingers have, and it's the fact that he's so direct and he's so good with the ball at his feet. He doesn't score loads of goals, but ultimately he's still, for me, he's still a top winger in this today's game. I don't know if you agree with me, Benji. I think he's a good
No,
player.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. You see, when you have we don't really have a lot of docus and DSs and the Estevals in the world. Unfortunately, they like to just take on their fullback and just give them work, right?
Mm,
Especially, we have more on the left, on the right hand side than the left. We have more right wingers that like to go on that 1v1 and likes to create than the right footers.
mm,
Diaz is one of the best. Even though his playing style is very stinky, I hate to watch him play.
mm.
But he creates. That's the end of that's the bottom line. He creates. He creates for Hurricane. He creates for the tens. He's elite at running in behind, especially with that German Stephen A. type of hairline. It's a lot of space. So he's a great speed. He may be skinny, but he's very strong too. He's not easily gonna get pushed over the ball like Garnacho. So no, no, Sam, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going with a 3-1 Bayern on this one, Benji. What about you?
Going 3-1-2. Matter of fact, no, I'm going 2-0. 2-0.
2-0 Bayern. What are you guys saying in the chat as well? Guys, please, if you're here, make sure you hit the like buttons as well. It helps the channel massively. We're doing the big countdown tomorrow for the game. Team lineups, team news, our predicted lineup for PSG. All of that will be tomorrow. Big one tomorrow night. So make sure you're back here for that one. But yeah, in the meantime, please make sure you're hitting the likes. I know some people are at work. It's an early one, but I appreciate everyone that's here right now. Right. Let's move on from Atalanta then, and let's go to the next game, which is another intriguing game because they've already played each other and Barca got it across the line. If you look at their form at the moment, 1-4, only lost 1 Barcelona. Newcastle are just a mixed bag at the moment, 3 losses, 2 wins. They're head-to-heads. Newcastle only won 1 out of the 5 games that has been played. 6 games, no, 5 games. Barcelona have won 4, scoring 10 goals in the 4 games, and obviously Newcastle only scoring 5 in the game. So it hugely weighs against Newcastle tonight. Say tonight, but in general, if you look at the head-to-heads. If we look at standout players, to start with Newcastle. I was going to say 4 goals for Ramsdale, 4 goals conceded. Let's have a quick look here. We've got 2 goals for Joe Linton, 10 goals for Anthony Gordon, 10 goals in 10 matches for Anthony Gordon, 5 goals in 10 games for Harvey Barnes. They've got some players that are on, I'll say, good form in the Champions League, but scoring a lot of goals is probably the answer. And when you look at their strikers, I mean, Nick's only got 1 in 10. That's not really good enough. Oissa's only got 1 in 4. Looking at this game, Benji, is this closer than we think it's going to be, or do we think that Newcastle's form might just end up causing them to get slapped again by Barcelona?
Nah,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Remember, usually Prem teams just play aggressive against La Liga teams, or just anyone that's not really in the Prem. They just play pretty much aggressively. can see this being closer than people actually expect.
Mm.
Yeah, because I don't really think Newcastle is going to be battered and absolutely spanked. But what I do believe is they may just let go of the ball and just go on the counter attack because we all know Barca play that high of a line, and when you have the Wissers and the Anthony Gordons, that may just be something that they might explore.
You think
And
Gordon will
Eddie
play up
Howe,
front by any chance
is
again? Or do you think he'll play off the wing, Gordon?
if you have Voltamada, he's a great threat in the air, and I think they do need aerial threats. Barca is more of a team that play on the ground, and if you can somehow at least one or two guys, because they already have Joe Linton,
Mm.
he's great in the air. They already have Voltamade, he's good in the air, and then they have that CB Dan Burn, and he's also a demon in the air. So I like if they can score from set pieces and get a lot of set pieces, I think that might be the way they win the game. I don't really think it's gonna be on the ball, just playing
Yeah, because
pure football. It's gonna be the ugly way.
when you look at Barcelona from a physical standpoint, there is none. They're like midgets, aren't they, on the pitch? They're
Yeah,
really tallest players, probably Kabasi or Rojo, maybe one of them two, I'd say. But
yeah,
like,
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I agree with you though. I think there's a big opportunity for Newcastle to get as many free kicks and corners as possible because I do think that's a weakness of Barcelona. It's Andy Gordon though, 10 goals in 10 games. I know he scored 4 of them against what's they called Karabag not long ago.
Nice.
But he's in good form, right? He's in real good form at the moment. He's going to be really important tonight for them if they're going to get anything right against Barcelona as well, especially with his speed in behind. Because the one thing I'd say about Barcelona, you always know they're going to play a high line. So can they expose the high line? And can they create as many corners and free kicks that they need? Because if you look at it from a tech standpoint on the ball, they're probably going to concede the fact that they're not going to have enough of the ball to be able to be effective. So I think it's going to have to be a real, what's the word, like in tune. Like they've got to get it right. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, tonight, if they're going to win, if they're going to beat
This
Barcelona. Yeah.
this game for me is gonna be called the Battle of the Wing because well, I think why Gordon is having such a up and down year. Maybe he's very good in the Champions League, but in the league, maybe a little bit less good because they pretty much mid, very mid in the league. Um, it's the battle of the left wing because Gordon wants to go to the World Cup and start. He's
Mm.
if you look at, I think this might be the shittest left wing spot I've seen for England like for years, to be honest. That left
Mm.
wing spot, used to be somewhat decent. Now it's absolutely stinking. Like it's so shit because it's either gonna be Rashford or it's gonna
Eze,
be Anthony Gordon.
Eze,
Maybe,
maybe.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe Eze, and then you have like the Morgan Rogers that can
Yeah.
also play the left wing. But just the out and out left wingers are just absolutely garbage when it comes to England. So
Mm.
I think Anthony Gordon might be looking, hey, you know what? Like this has to be a statement because Rashford has been very good for Barca. Majority of the time, he's been coming off the bench, and this is that's the thing. The Spanish pace of the league is pretty much suiting him, especially coming down to his later years. The pace is starting to somewhat fade away, and now you got to be more accurate with your shots and running in behind. He's still got pace, but it's not like the prem pace.
Yeah, I hear you. And also, if you look at Barcelona from their side of things, Rashford and Fermin Lopez are their top goal scorers, 5 goals each between them. You got the Yamal with 3 goals, Lewandowski with 2, Ferran Torres with 2 as well, Rafinha only with 1 goal. I mean, Fermin Lopez, he's looked really good this season, hasn't he? To be fair,
Baller.
Barcelona. I mean, especially in the Champions League, anyway. Should we say? Um, And then you've got Rashford as well. I mean, is Rashford even? To be honest, is Rashford even starting for Barcelona, or is it Rafinha
Mm,
these days?
It's Rafinha. It's Rafinha. Rashford usually starts like it's a lower size.
Yeah,
But
they got.
nine out of 10 is gonna be Rafinha.
So, what would you say is their front three for you?
Four.
Rafinha. Who do you think is their front three? Rafinha, Yamal, and who?
It's gonna be Dovsky for sure. Dovsky, yeah. So the front four is gonna be Fermin in the 10. Matter of fact, no. Hold on, it's Olmo fit? If Olmo is fit, it could be him.
Hmm. I
It
don't know.
could be,
I'm not
but
actually
I don't
sure.
think so.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's gonna be Olmo in the 10. I'm just gonna go Furman in the 10. I think it's gonna be Rafinha left, Yamal right, and then you have those at the top. That's usually the front four they go by.
What about this guy? How good is he?
The best midfielder in the world. Not the
Wow.
DM, but just this, yeah, just CM top three
I
without
think for
discussion.
the debate is between Pedri and Vitinha. Who would you go with out of the two?
No, not Vitinha. No.
Yeah,
I'll
I think
take Pedro.
on the same
Uh,
level.
Rafinha is very good. I'm not.
Vitinha.
Vitinha reminds me of that Italian midget. What was his name? The one that played next to Jorginho.
Perla.
Um, no, the one that played for PSG too. The other one, the
Oh, Verratti.
Italian. There you go. He's very similar to him in terms of just very small, but he controls pace and he's a very good passer,
Yeah.
extremely good passer. Um, but no, personally, I'd rather have Pedri. I think Pedri for me is a complete midfielder. He can score, he can play 10, 8. He's very much in this Enzo bracket. He's not great defensively, but the
Oh,
thing he
he's
can do
in the Enzo bracket.
offensively,
It's the other way around, yeah? He's in the Enzo bracket. Okay, cool. Interesting. Just wanted to know. Just wanted to know if you
well,
rated him as good as.
no,
Do you rate him better than Enzo, or are they the same, or is he much better than
no,
Enzo?
they're a little bit different for me. They're a little bit different. I, th- the thing is, Pedri just got more pace. But Enzo is a better box crasher. That's the thing. So like, uh, you will never see Pedri inside the box. You will never see him box crash. You'll probably see him like outside the box taking shots, but you will never see him like box crash. Enzo for me is like a hungry midfielder, and the other one is more like a cleaning classy. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I
If you
hear
know
you.
what I mean. And I think it's that. I think that's just because of the English football. I think if Enzo played in Spain, he would be much more similar to Pedri, but just because he plays in the
Oh,
Prem,
this. I'll tell you that.
yeah, definitely. Um, I just think it's the Prem. I just think it's the Prem that changed him a little bit because you have to be more aggressive. You have to gain weight. You can be knocked off the ball and stuff like that. So, but they're very similar. You just have to choose your pick who you would rather have in your team. Me
You
personally,
know what I'm
with the
choosing.
output, yeah, me with the output, for me, it's Enzo. Um, I'm sorry if I, offended someone, but I just rather have Enzo in my team with the amount of output he has, both goals and assists. He's elite, but people don't want to give him the flowers for it because people say, "Oh, he's fat. He doesn't do the defensive work."
It's nonsense.
Uh, so yeah, which is nonsense, by the way. It is.
So we go with a
Yeah.
goal score then. Give us the prediction, score prediction for this one.
Barca take it 2-1.
Oh, I'm going to go with another 3-1 tonight. Barcelona. I think they have a bit too much for Newcastle today. I don't think Newcastle are in the greatest of form as well. Another interesting game tonight: Atletico Madrid versus Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham's woeful Premier League form. I think 5 losses in a row in 5 games. Atletico Madrid have got 4 goals and 4 wins and 1 loss as well. Ultimately, are going in as huge favourites in this. If you look at Atletico Madrid from a goal scoring standpoint, their top goal scorer is between Surloff and Alvarez. They're 2 strikers.
Alvarez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not even going to look at Tottenham because I think they're that shit. But ultimately, if you're
They're
looking
the
at
shit.
AC Milan tonight, Benji, is it theirs to lose, really? They just got to turn up and put the ball in the back of the net, really, haven't they? They haven't got to play to a high level to beat the Spurs team, have they? Whatsoever.
You know, you know what's so funny?
Well,
Um, this game is not even worth. This game should have 0 viewers, apart from their fans. No. But I'm being dead serious. This game should have 0 viewers from the outside football community. It should only be athletic fans and Spurs fans watching this game. I don't want to hear Arsenal or Chelsea or the Fulhams or the Real Madrid. No one should be watching this game because this is like watching Boko Haram against Al Qaeda when it comes to football. It's so ugly and boring, and it's far away from beautiful. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. I even want to go directly to score predictions because I feel like I'm disrespecting
Yeah,
football
yeah.
to such a degree if we start talking tactics and football with these two, because it's not tactic. It's just defend, play ugly, and you leak some goals. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I just see Osimhen's leading the line for Galatasaray in the next 45 minutes, and obviously Ekitike's doing the same for Liverpool. Salah's in. It's a strong Liverpool team for that one. You can check that out in a bit, but I'm going with a 2-0 Atletico Madrid, mate, on this
I
one.
was about to go the same. I'm going 2-0.
And I think Alvarez is going to score tonight. Got a feeling. Alvarez goal, and I think that, yeah, Sirloff as well, because he's on form. They've got no Van de Ven as well, right? He's injured as
No,
well.
no one. He's injured.
They're fucked.
It's
They're
it's,
fucked.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
Dragusin, and I'm pretty sure Romero got a red card or whatever it was. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like Danso or whatever.
Gallagher against his old team, man. How funny is that?
Oh,
Imagine leaving Atletico to go to a team that's getting nearly relegated, and now you've got them in the champ. You've got the team that you was at in the Champions League. Like an idiot, didn't you? Poor Gallagher. But anyway, enough of that. We don't care about Atletico. I actually probably won't even watch that game. I'm going to have multi-screen up tonight and watch most of them, but I'm not going to be paying attention. So let's go to tomorrow's games. Keep smashing the likes, guys. Nearly 40 people in the building. Good to see every single one of you's here. But we need to get these likes to 40, please. Please do so. Get in the comments as well. Give us your predictions on the score. And yeah, let's get into these last couple of games. Is this a walk in the park, Benji? I'm not even going to look at their squad and who scored or whatever, because it's Arsenal. They're fucking boring. I mean, they've won 4 and drawn 1 against Leverkusen, who have drawn 3, lost 1, and only won 1 game. Is this a walk in the park for them, or is it just going to be a stinky Arsenal, like 1-0 type of game, do you think, this one?
it's not so easy as people think.
Okay.
It's really not. Leverkusen can definitely hurt Arsenal. They
Please explain
100%
to me.
can.
Who?
Um, um, they have this one kid. I forgot his name, but he's Algerian. These North African brothers just play differently nowadays. They're just differently. Yeah. They have one number 10. I can't remember his name, but he's Algerian. I know that for a fact. He's Algerian, brother. He is so good. The way he creates for his team, he's so good in the pockets. He's not really fast, but he knows
Mazza?
really how to.
Ibrahim Mazza? He's Algerian.
Yeah. That's him. That's him. That's him.
Yeah.
That's him. He's so
This
good
guy.
at manipulating the ball, giving the ball in dangerous spaces. Good shooter from outside the box too. So I really don't want to believe that Leverkusen is just gonna give the ball, the game away. But of course, it is Arsenal. They
Oh,
are
so they've got Grimaldo as well, who's in great form as well for them in the Champions League.
exactly, yeah. Like they have a couple of. Kwanzaa is playing his best football of his
Well,
life. He's having an amazing season.
He has 4 goals in 10 games in the Champions League as well. He's a very effective player as well, to be fair
As
to
a
him.
wing back too. So
Yeah, I mean, they've got players that could potentially do something. In fact, Grimaldo and Patrick Schick is their top goal scorers. But again, as usual, Arsenal are playing. It looks like Patrick Schick's injured, which is just typical, isn't it? So
mhm.
they just keep getting the rub of the draws, the rub of even if a team's got their best players out, you know what I mean? It always seems to work for these fuckers. I don't know how they keep getting away with it this season. But I do expect them to still beat Leverkusen, but I don't think it'll be 3-4, 5-0 like they have been doing in the Champions League. I think it'll be maybe like a 2-1, maybe, or a 2-0 Arsenal.
I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think Arsenal take it at the Emirates. I
Yeah,
think
that-
they take it at the Emirates.
The only way Leverkusen get anywhere past Arsenal is by having a good run at the at home. They got to get like 1-2 goals up, in my opinion. If
Yeah.
they're going to go and do something. Right, the big game of the whole. I'd say the biggest game. Well, Man City, Real Madrid as well, I guess. But PSG versus Chelsea has got again a load of mixed feelings. A lot of people again, Benji, saying PSG are going to run them and completely smash them and this, that, and the other. And there's some others now that are saying, well, no, Chelsea have got this. Like Chelsea will score. Chelsea will, Chelsea can, if they turn up, play to a level that could beat PSG at PSG's ground. We're obviously talking about this game specifically.
Mhm.
Are we in a position to go there and hurt them? I know defensively they're really poor, PSG, but we are as well ultimately. So it's a battle of the shit defenses, right? To be quite honest with you.
Are you asking me, can we win or can we just hurt them?
What can we do? You tell me. Win, hurt. What do you think?
Number one, we can 100% win and we can 100% hurt them. There's a reason why Lens has been playing so good against, not Lens. What am I saying? There's a reason why Rosinha played so good with Strasbourg, by the way, against PSG. Right? This manager is not shit tactically. He knows exactly how PSG wants to play. Now, in the PSG defense, to the defense, I'm gonna say yes, it was a rotated team, but still, it's still PSG. Even the rotation that they have are still classy players. But one thing, once again, not everybody is on form. Dembele, Dembele is not on form. Even if you look at the stats, if you
One
just look
goal.
at his you look at his stats and performances, it's absolutely dog crap, to be honest.
Yeah, and you got Doué and Cavaskella on 4, but their actual top goal scorer this season is Vitinha, 5 and 10. Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. There you go.
Mm.
So my issue is only that can you win the middle? And especially now when
Yeah.
Fabian Ruiz is injured, and it's probably gonna be Dro, the Spanish kid playing, who is a very technical kid. Can we win and the battle in the middle?
Mm.
Because if we do that, like we did in the summer, then I 100% believe.
Well,
Let's
who,
let,
yeah. who are they
no,
up
no, go
against?
ahead.
You say Emery, Vitinha, and João
It's
Neves
gonna,
versus Enzo,
yeah.
Sado, and either Reece James or Lavia, right? It's got to be one of them two, right? In my opinion. Who you
I,
going
I,
with? Yeah.
I prefer if Reece James is fully fit, go Reece James.
Mm.
Go Reece James. Why I'm saying that is because just so we can secure, because the right wing is so much more deadlier than the left wing. I'm not really worried about the left wing. Even if Kukurea or Hato plays, I'm so confident that Hato can handle business. It's just that the
Yeah,
whole game,
yeah,
like Hato, I'm fine. I always believed in Hato. For me, Hato is generational. I don't
I,
really care about him.
me and you both said that we like Hato for a long time.
Yeah,
So yeah,
for a
yeah,
very long time.
yeah.
Jen, the only guy that decides who, like, if we win or not, there's one guy that I'm looking at, and it's Malo Gusto.
Oh,
Gusto is the one guy, if you have a horrible game, we lose. If you have a very, 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 very good game, we win. Why? It's because Palmer's going to play right wing. There is no way that we see Palmer in the 10. I
no,
promise you. There is no
no.
way.
He
There
don't
is
play
no
with
way.
no, of course he won't. No, I agree.
There is no way. It's gonna be Palmer right wing. It's gonna be a midfield three, but it's gonna be Enzo in the 10. But they're gonna rotate, as normal. And then it's gonna be Garnacho as the runner. That's the only one. We're not gonna have two runners that's gonna be shit on the ball. We need one technical and one runner. That's it. But it's the Gusto position that I'm looking at because our DM on the right hand side has to make sure that the space that Gusto leaves behind is covered if they go on
Yeah,
the transition. And for me, the easiest would just be Reece James on that right hand side instead of Caicedo because Caicedo would be better off on the left. That's what
yeah,
I'm looking at.
I agree with you. I think if you're looking at you're trying to work out how Chelsea win this game, I think it's very similar to what we did before. Win the midfield battle, keep Vitinha quiet, disrupt their attack. Their attack's good. Ultimately, we're going to have an issue with the attack, but ultimately playing Reece James in the midfield with Caicedo, I have confidence they can deal with that. And then it's just what can we do going forward. I think Enzo Fernandez getting in spaces is a big thing. It could really hurt them, especially from his quality on the ball. And also arriving. I think João Pedro already know, just give him a couple of chances, can score. Esteval, who's got 3 goals, I think he's top goal scorer with João Pedro on 3. Will he?
Yeah.
I don't think he was played this game, but he's an option off the bench if he's there. You've got Palmer who's trying to find that form and hopefully now get into that. Can he do what he did last time round in that pocket? And I think they're going to double up on the fullbacks, create space for themselves, do what they did a little bit in the Club World Cup. And Luis Enrique came out and said, if we get Chelsea, we've got to do something a little bit different. So I'm interested to see what he does, because I don't think they know how to do anything different. That's what's interesting, So we'll have to see. But if I was a betting, I could see us winning this game. I'm not going to lie. I could.
I have a question. I have a question to you. I really do. And this question is so important because who do you start in your goal? Do you start Sanchez, or who is a far better shot stopper than Jorgensen, or do you want to play out from the back and just have belief in some or whatever God we play to?
I think he's going with Jorgensen, and I think that was clear against Wrexham. And Jorgensen not even being on the bench and being rested is telling me that he's been given number one for this game. And I think it's to do more with the fact of us being on the possession and having more of the ball and being effective with the ball. I think he's conceding the fact that he knows Jorgensen is not a better shot stopper, which is kind of scary because Kvaratskhelia, Doué, all these type of players, they start firing shots, could be a problem. But if you look at what he wants to do and the style that he wants to play, he's probably thinking, and I said this already, Benji, I know you've not been around, I've been saying this for a long time. We have to outscore teams. We saw it against Wrexham. We saw it. It doesn't matter who we play. Doesn't matter what level they are. We are going to concede goals. I've conceded that. That's just how we are. So the only way we win games going from now to the end of the season is completely outscoring teams. So maybe he's conceded the fact that, maybe we're just going to keep leaking, maybe on the odd or quite regularly. Sorry. So the only way around it is trying to play so attackive that we create enough to outscore the opposition. And I think by playing Jorgensen, who's better on the ball, in my opinion, is probably the answer that he's going to do. But I wouldn't be shocked if Sanchez started, though. But I just got a feeling it could be Jorgensen,
For me, it really depends because PSG. I would say this: if PSG play a very, like last time, PSG was very, very high on the press. That was why we played Gusto as a right back, basically playing right wing.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then the long ball from Sanchez is very accurate. Because Sanchez, when it comes to going short, sometimes he don't want to really pass the ball and progress the ball. Now, Jorgensen is so much better than that. And this is what I think may be a little bit different because Rossini is so heavily focused on the DMs. You take care of the build-up. And, even if it's Santos, Lavia, Reece James, whoever it is, we just need that one DM that's going to progress the ball with one pass. Like we've seen Santos do for multiple games now. One ball right straight to João Pedro, straight to the Cole Palmers, straight to Garnacho, and then they can turn and just run with the ball. And especially with João Pedro, it's gonna be Patrick that's gonna take care of João Pedro today or tomorrow. Him dropping deep and taking Patrick with him is gonna leave space in behind. Guess who's gonna take that space? Viva Garnacho. So, it really depends on how you see this game. So, just by us talking about this, it gets me, excited. I'm not really scared of PSG because I just 100% know we can win. We can 100% win.
What's your score prediction for this one? We'll do more talking on this one tomorrow, obviously. But what's your score prediction?
I got so excited. I just, started talking about it. Sorry, Jim. But my score prediction, I just got so excited when we talked about it. I don't know why, but
I know it's a good game. It's an exciting game. That's why I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Make sure you're here. If you're around, make sure you join as well. We'll do a long countdown live for this one.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a Chelsea 3-1. I'm gonna say, I'm going with a Chelsea 3-1.
I think they're going to score. I think we're going to score. I think it's going to end 2-1 Chelsea away. Or it's going to be 2-1 someone, PSG or 2-1 Chelsea. I don't know who, but that's my feeling to the game.
But you know what, Jem? I think we win away, but we lose at home, but we win on goal difference. That's what I believe.
Means we'd have to score at home as well, mate.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, Man City, another one. Interesting game. 4 wins for City, only draw 1. Real Madrid are really not the same. I've been watching a bit of Real Madrid, and they're not really. I mean, they've scored 25 goals compared to Man City's 26, so you could argue that they're actually finding the net. But then you look at the opposition they've come up against as well. Kylian Mbappe is not available. So that's a big thing for me. If Kylian Mbappe is in this team, I think I could probably push the fact that they could probably score a goal or two. Without him, yes, they're still Real Madrid, but I just got a feeling tonight, Benji, that Man City are gonna win and they're gonna control this game and they're gonna win it quite convincingly. Because I don't think Real Madrid, from watching them from a midfield standpoint and defensive standpoint, are that good as well. They just don't look that good as a team when I watch Real Madrid. So
Uh,
that's my thoughts on it, you know.
Real Madrid have a lot of problems, and Mbappe Mbappe may be one of them, but he's not really the problem, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
Um, the whole team is a conundrum. The whole team is a conundrum. They have players, like you said, but they don't really have a team. I think they have the wrong coach, in my opinion.
mm.
Um, I think they have wrong players. I think they have players that shouldn't really be at the club that they have in the club. Um, yeah, it's just a lot that's going wrong. Now,
Is
on the
is it
other,
the ball, or is it just the combination of players that they have that are just not good together or not good enough?
I think it's ego. I really don't believe, like, for example, Camavinga is a one hell of a player. Chouameni up and down. Arda is playing. He just started playing, so like he's playing. Very similar to how he did in Turkey, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it Vinny? Is it some people say it's the Vinny and Mbappe problem getting them? I think they play right with each other. I think the issue they have is they haven't really got quality. Like they've got quality in the front line, and Rudiger's not bad. But ultimately, I just don't think they're like a. When I watch them, they're not balanced enough. Like the way they're set
no,
up, they just look
it's
they
really
look very
not.
comfortable a lot of the times. Courtois having to do a little bit too much, in my opinion, in terms of like stopping shots and being Courtois, basically, if you know what I mean, and trying to keep them in games and stuff. So I don't know, but I haven't got long, so I've got to leave, guys. I've got some people downstairs as well. So I just want to do a quick prediction for this game. I'm going to go over 2-0 round Man City, sorry, on this one for me. What are
I'm
you
going
saying?
2-1. 2-1 City. 2-1 City.
What about Bodo Glimt and Sporting?
I'm going Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt 2-1. Is it away or is it at home?
They're at home, Bodo Glimt, yeah.
Yeah, 2-1 Bodo. 2-1 Bodo.
See, I'm going 3-1 Bodo on that one. I think they're very good at home. I've watched them. I think they're a good team, actually.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But ultimately, guys, I need to tie it up. We've done over an hour and 5. Tomorrow, we've got a long one tomorrow. So make sure you're here for around 5:45, 6 o'clock. We're going to be doing a preview and a team prediction before the team news comes out, which will be releasing the team news on there. And then we'll be talking about the team lineups and everything. So much to get into. Big game, like Benji says, exciting times tomorrow. Benji, thank you for coming on as well, bro. I appreciate it as always.
Bro, always.
And guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Look forward to it. Enjoy the football tonight as well. Big up.